What is going on, guys? How's it going? We're going right now. We are live right now. How's it going, guys? If you can hear me perfectly, drop some W's in the chat. Drop some W's in the chat if you can hear me right now. We're live, we're active, we are ready to go. As you can see my screen, it is good to go already. We're good to go. Drop some W's in the chat. Send this link to as many people as possible. We're about to get lit. Send this link to as many people as possible. We're about to get lit. Send it out. I'm going to give you guys some time to send it out. So send it out as much as possible. I'm doing that right away. So send it out ASAP so we get started. Drop some W's in the chat. Let's get it. What about now? Let me know. Let me know. What about now? We should be good now. It was muted. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm sharing out the link to as many people as possible, to the Telegram community, to also the Discord as well. Okay, we're good to go. Now, what exactly am I looking out for this New York session? The time right now is 2 p.m., which is 2:07 to be precise, 2:08 to be precise. So now, what exactly are we looking out for on this one? Now, if you look closely, you're going to see that what is on my screen is a New York session pair. Now, for the fact that it is a New York session pair, then there is a huge possibility that we're going to get an opportunity right on this session. We're going to do this session like 30 minutes or so, but then let us see if exactly we're going to get an opportunity for the day. Let me head straight into my screen and give you the source for today. Now, this is USD card. Now, USD card is an obvious New York session pair, coupled with the fact that we have USD and Canadian dollar. Now, why are we trading USD card? Because this is New York session. Now, a lot of you guys are having this problem, thereby you want to place trades, but then you place trades in the wrong session. You place good trades in the wrong session. Now, when you do that, what is the advantage and what is the disadvantage of doing that? When you have an advantage, it's only when you have the pair in your session and also the confluences attached. Now, for instance, let's say we want to take this USD card trade. The two things that I'm going to look out for is just the fact that USD card is a buy trend, which is an uptrend. Now, if USD card is an uptrend, what am I looking out for? It only makes sense if I'm looking out for buys. Like, it only makes sense if I'm looking out for buys. Now, what are the buys? What kind of buys can I look out for? Now, let us head on to the weekly time frame. Let me break down this chart. Like I said, just 30 minutes here, and we're good to go. If we get an opportunity, I'll give you guys the stop loss, the take profit, and we're good to fly. Now, and if we don't get this trade on this session, you don't need to disturb yourself. All you just have to do is look out for the trade and make sure you make good money from it. It could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, but why we're going to be doing this live on Wednesday is if we miss the trade before Wednesday, we can analyze for Thursday and Friday. All right. So now, with that being said, what we're looking out for right here is one thing. And what is that? If you come to the weekly time frame, you're going to see something clearly. Now, going to the weekly time frame, what you can see here is the market has created double bottom right here. It has created a double bottom right here. And for the fact that it has created a double bottom right there, it only means that there is a change in trend. There is a change in trend. Now, the double bottom has been showed up, but then we need to see some market movements, which you can obviously see what happened after the double bottom showed up. Now, if you look closely, this is the daily time frame, right? You can see this double bottom right here, but then look at this high. There is a high here. Now, what do you do with this high showing up here? What do you do with this high showing up here? What we can do seeing this high here is one thing. If you switch back to the line chart, you're going to see the market respecting this zone. Now, if the market is respecting these zones, there is something that we can do, which is we can wait for the market to pull back into our zone. Now, look at this. Look at this right here. You're going to see that this market did push up here, but then we didn't break above. This led to a massive sell to the downside. As it led to a massive sell to the downside, no problem. But then when we started buying, look closely, you're going to see sequential movement upwards, forming an uptrend. Because this is the higher time frame. Because this is the higher time frame, it is going to look like it doesn't show up. But if you go down to the 30 minutes, you're going to see the movement clear. Now, this is the 30 minutes time frame. You're going to see the movement clearly. Look at the massive buy to the upside, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, just like that. Now, if you draw your trend line from here, you're going to see how the market just tallies straight up. Now, but where do we enter, considering the fact that we have missed out on this move? Where do we enter? This is New York session. I was expecting this to happen before New York session, but it's not happening. So what are we going to look out for in case we want to enter this trade? Head back to the 4-hour time frame and look where. You're going to see that the market needs to retest. We need this retest back in this zone. Now, what time frame can we get this retest? We can get this retest from the from the 1-hour chart. You have to go to the lower time frame to get this retest. All right. Now, why? Why do we need to get this retest? It's because the market needs to come down to this spot to fulfill that high being taken out and retested back on. Just like this diagram that we usually know an uptrend for. Something like this. This is the high here, which is this one here. So it needs to come back here and then fulfill it, and then we buy up again. That's what I'm expecting. Now, there is a chance that we're going to get it happening today. There's a chance that we don't get it happening today. But one thing is sure, if it's going to keep buying to this spot, it is either it comes back down here to retest, or it just keeps going up. Now you might be asking yourself, it has already retested, thereby showing up this kind of move here. Now, but what if I tell you that this is not a retest because it is still inside the zone? It is still in between the zone. Now, if it is still in between the zone, you need to understand that this is the same thing as this. But look at what happened when it happened here. Did you see the way it moved up? But then we had a massive sell-off to the downside. So you need to be extra careful. It is better to miss a losing trade than to dive into it and then lose out everything, whereas you did not see your system. Do you understand? Whereas you did not see your system. It is better to leave the losing trade, like that trade that is not according to your system, but it goes in profit. It's better to let it go than to dive in when it is not your system, but you feel like it's going to happen the way you are thinking. So I will tell you, it's best you wait for your system to play out before you can actually buy or sell. Now, for this case, my system says that the market has sequentially been creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now, this is another higher high. The market now is broken above. So now we need this guy to pull back down into this place to continue the uptrend formation. Higher highs come down, push up, come down, push up, just like that. This is USD card in case you're wondering. Come back down here, and then we look for a good candlestick pattern to buy it to the next support level. Let me write that USD card. So now, once we get that pullback down there, then we have a chance. We have a chance. Now, what are the entry models we should be looking out for? Let me show you something. Now, once we have this pullback into this zone, we need to go to like somewhere the 30 minutes or even the 1 hour time frame. Or if you get the better chance, the 15 minutes time frame. The lower your time frame, the earlier your entry. So now, if you look at this zone, the market created some level of consolidation on this 30 minutes time frame, which if you go to the 15 minutes time frame, it is clearer. Right now, the fact that it is clearer, it makes us to understand one thing. And what is that? That there is a huge chance this buy is coming to an end, because you can see that the momentum is not so strong. You can see that the momentum is not so strong. Now, why did I say so? Because of the tiny candles we are seeing. Because of the tiny candles we are seeing. Now, look at what I mean. If the market can pull back down into this zone here, probably form a double bottom chart pattern, even if on the 15 minutes time frame, we can confidently buy to the upside, because there it has done what the price action requires of it, which is push up, break the high, pull back down to the high, and then we buy up better. Now, when you see that kind of candlestick pattern after the double bottom, you might see a double bottom or you see a candlestick pattern. Any one of them can work. You wait, set your stop loss below the zone. With 20 pips, we're good to go. And then our take profit 1 is going to be here. Take profit 2 is going to be here. That is a clean 1 to 4 over 90 pips, close to 100 pips. Now, with this being said, there's a huge chance USD card might do it. All right? There's a huge chance USD card might do it. So one thing I want you to understand, so you don't miss out on this trade, is it might happen today, it might not happen today. Just know that the market session, which is London session, ends by 5 o'clock, and the general market closes by 10. So I usually stop trading by 4 p.m. because the volatility reduces drastically unless there is a news. But this is 30th of August. Let me see if there's any news for this today. We have USD key rates, BOC key rates, USD GBP. It's not so much of it. It's not a bad news. Like, it's not strong news. So the market might just do normal because it's not really a very, very effective news. Now, if you look at this calendar, you're going to see the red part. You're going to see the red part here, and you're going to see the green part, and you're going to see the deep green. Now, this deep green is showing that it's going to be volatile, but it's not so negative. on compared to the red. You understand? So now the news we are getting is deep green, which obviously is not so harmful, unlike the red one. You understand? Unlike the red one. But then it is going to have some volatility. Now, when you see the red ones, you're going to see that the market might have some spikes and all those stuff, but the green one just possess volatility. So now, for you not to miss this trade, what do? Come down here and then put an alert. What is the alert going to tell you? Now, the digit for the alert is 1.37770. Now, I'm going to put there PEX by AOI. That is exactly what I'm going to do. This is not a limit. This is not a buy order. This is not a sell order whatsoever. This is an alert to alert me, to let me know that the market has gotten to my support zone. That's if it's going to get there. The market has gotten to my support zone. Now let me write that here. USD card. Mm, 1.37770. All right, 1.3770 around this zone. Like I said, I'm not expecting it to be a what? A buy order or a sell order. No, it is to let me know that the market is at that my region now. Now, all I have to do is then wait for confirmations to buy, and then I will continue the buy. Now, all I ask is the same thing like this. Look at this. Can you see how the market went? Let us align this one from here. The market bought from here, then got to this place and started coming down. Now look at what happened here. The market bought from here. Did you see it pulled back down into this place before the buys came about? Now, did you see it pull back down into this place again before the buys came about? So now, this is the spot where I'm expecting before we have the massive buys. And notice that every time it pulled back down to this point, it is always taking out this high. That is an actual characteristics of a buy trend. That is an actual characteristic of a what? Uptrend. Now look at the way this one went. It pushed up here and then came back down. So people are going to take this one as the break and retest of this guy. But no, it is not. It is still in equal highs, which is exactly what I'm telling you concerning the first 4-hour time frame that I explained. But did you see where it broke it now and then retested back? Can you see it is above the high? And now we continue. So if you're looking out to buy, you're not going to be buying. You're not going to be buying from beneath. You're going to be buying from above. Can you see it? That this one still shows the fact that they are equal in height. They are equal heights because it is still beneath. But did you see that when it broke it, it came back to test it and then it kept on buying? This is exactly the same thing I'm expecting the market to do for us. To come back down into the zone and then we buy. Let us head to the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what's going on. Now, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, it makes sense perfectly well in regards to what I explained with other candles, which is these candles here. We break, come back down, push here, break, come back down, push here, break, come back down, and we're buying up. So if it wants to come down, it has to come down to this zone, and then we buy to the upside about 90 pips. That is exactly what I'm expecting for USD CAD. It's that simple. Now, what is the take profit going to look like? We are having our take profit to be this next support zone. We're having our take profit to be the next support zone, which this guy can rally all the way to this high. 370 pips. Why? Because this market has created a double bottom that signifies a change in trend. Just as this one here, right here. Can you see it? They are very, very significant in nature. Look at the two of them here. This one created a double bottom, and somebody that is buying might want to buy and stop. Let's see, somebody that is buying might want to buy and stop here because of this resistance. But guess what? It's rallied all the way to this spot, only to even rally even more. Over 1,000 pips. Now, that is the same thing we are seeing here. The question is, does that mean that this market can rally all the way to this spot, about 800 pips, just like this one did. Somebody said, Ogene said, we are having FOMC today. Let me see if we have FOMC today. Today, FOMC, yeah, ending of the month. FOMC, yeah, that's correct. So that's by 7 p.m. I don't think I'm going to be on the market by 7 p.m. by that time. So, because I close trading by 4 p.m., which in the next few hours. Now, like I said, we have a chance to rally all the way to the new high because the double bottom from the weekly time frame is present. So it only makes sense if we rally all the way to this spot, which is here. And like I said, the market might do its thing and push here, but that's for swing traders. I just want to make my own pips and move, which is 90 pips, and the market pulling back down here. So that is the first one. The next one here, USD card has been explained. The next one we're looking out for is Euro NZD. Euro NZD is the next one we're looking out for. Let us see what Euro NZD have for us. Now, this is Euro NZD. Now, Euro NZD is a downtrend and a breakout of a range. This one should be easy to explain, or easier, because Euro NZD is a downtrend that has broken out from a range. The market was ranging from here, pull back down, range here, all of this stuff was ranging seriously. And now we've gotten the break. We've not just gotten the break, we've also gotten the retest. We've not just gotten the retest, we've also gotten a chart pattern, which is a double top. A double top. Now, what does all of these things signify and tell us technical analysts? Now, what does this signify? It signifies that there is a huge chance that we're going to have a sell-off from this region all the way down about 350 pips. If you're understanding, drop some W on the chat. Drop some W's on the chat box. Let me see how many people are flowing because I've been explaining a lot. I hope you guys are understanding actually. Now, what we're seeing right here, it means just one thing. And what is that? The fact that this market has done the break, the retest. If you look at it, it also did more things here. Can you see the massive move downwards? The momentum is clear that we are what? Dropping. Now, what do we do in this kind of case? What do we do in this kind of case? We can see that the W pattern has formed drastically. Sorry, the M pattern has formed well, and now we've broken out. Now, if you remember this video, let me show you. If you remember this video, we're going to be using the tactics on the video to follow up this guy. To follow up this guy, let me share my screen on that place. Now, look at my screen right here. You're going to see this video here. This video here is exactly what we're going to be doing. Now, it says stop starting trade randomly. Do this instead. Now, if you understand this video or if you've watched this video, you're going to understand that you can stack trades smartly than just hitting the lot size back to back. Do you understand? We can stack trades either than just hitting it. You want to enter, you're just tapping it. No. Now, you need to watch this video because it has a lot of things explained.
Attention funded. traders pass, go live, and get paid in as little as 1 day. Funded trading have a system that actually.
Now, let me just take you straight up to where I want to explain. Now, if you look at this spot here, this is where I'm talking about. Now, if you look at this market started selling downwards, and then we pull back down into the zone. Now, can you see it? The moment the market sold downwards, we pull back down. I found a new entry. I entered. The market did a double bottom here, pull back up into the zone. I found a new entry and I entered. That's what we're going to be employing here. If you understand it, drop some understood on the chat. That is exactly what we're going to be employing here. Unless the market want to prove us wrong, no problem. But what I'm seeing right here, there's a chance that we're going to have a scale in. I call it scale in, to start scaling, but not immediately until we see proofs. Until we see proofs. Now let us go. Let me share the screen back. When you understand some technicals and also understand market structure, you have some good chance to actually make good money. Because if you understand the market structure, you can read the market movement. You can also tell if it is aligning to your system or not. Now let us look at what I said there. Considering the fact that the market has done the break, it has done the retest, right? Now look at this. Before we talk about this, let me show you this one. Look at the way this one actually got to this spot here and then created the double bottom and we started buying. And then when we got to this area here, we got to stack, which is break retest, we buy, break retest, we buy, something like that. Now this is an idea to what we could possibly do here, but when is the right time to do it? When is the right time to do it? Now, let me show you this. First thing you want to do is head on to the 15 minutes time frame. That's the first thing you want to do. Head on to the 15 minutes time frame. And after you've entered your first position, wait patiently for the market to pull back into the low that it broke out from. Now, in our case, we have a low here. In our case, we have a low here. And where is that low? Let me explain that briefly. Here is our low from this resistance. This is our low here. This is our low here. So now we are expecting this market, which is Euro NZ. Our entry, the first entry was from this region here. Setting stop loss about 31 pips or 30 pips here. Take profit is more than 200 pips, which we are targeting to take the profit. You can see it, 340 pips. Obviously, I'm not expecting it to happen all in a day, but there's a huge chance that we can make good money from this. Now, what are we expecting here? The market to pull back down from here. Now, pull back down from here. We go to the 5 minutes, we get our entry model, and then we sell. Easy. Once we get a good candlestick pattern, we set our stop loss above the region, somewhere here, and then as long as the risk to reward is favoring us, like they say, risk favors the brave. Once we can get this entry model as at this low, we're still taking it back down into the initial target. And the target is not being exaggerated because it is the target that is gotten from the higher time frame, which we can see how high the market went up, and then this is the place we are targeting towards to take the market back down. And even the daily time frame concurs because the daily time frame is looking like an overall head and shoulder. An overall head and shoulder, which we have 1, 2, 3. We pull back down into the zone, and then we shut down here. Overall head and shoulder. If you're understanding, let me know in the chat. Drop some W's, fam. Because right now there's a huge chance that we are going to make good money from Euro NZD, and we're also going to make good money from USD CAD once all these things align. Once all these things align. Now, like I said, what you have to see is the fact that the market needs to just provide us with good entry model, and we should be what selling off again. Again. Now, can you see that the market has been reacting to this zone? The market has been reacting to this zone. Look at the series of candlesticks, which means that there's a chance that it's going to shut down soon. But that doesn't mean that that it's going to just head on to the 350 pips take profit. No, there's still a chance that it might come down here and then push back down into this place, and then we go again, push back down into this place, and then we go again, just like that, just like that, just like that. Now, can we see the reactiveness of the candle? Can you see the reactiveness? This is creating. Tell me, guys, what candlestick pattern is this guy creating right now? What candlestick pattern is he creating right now? Let me know how many technical analysts I have on board. What candlestick pattern is he creating right now? This one. All we need is the candle closure. We get it and we're good to go. We go in on another position. That is it. We go in on another position, set our stop loss above the high, and then our take profit is going to be at the exact spot, which is down here. Somebody said it's pin bar. I see pin bar. I see shooting star. I see shooting star. Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, if we can have all of this, the market can just slow down while we add more position. All right? The market can just slow down while we add more positions. Now, if we can add more position, it's only making sense if the market does that completely and then keep going down. Keep going down. Do you understand? Now, once we get that candlestick pattern, it might be a pin bar, it might be an engulfing, any one of them. But as long as we get it, we have the right to go in on another position again, because that is what the system tells us to do. But of course, before you go in again, consider risk management, number one, and your account size. I might enter standard lots, you might enter $1 per pip. All depends on what we have. Like they say, not all fingers are equal. So just follow your own system. Not because I enter standard lots, you enter standard lot on your $50 account. If it goes 5 pips against you, you're finished. But if you go 5 pips against me, I'm still very much intact. You understand? So just follow the system and let it run through. So Euro NZD is our target right now because everything is kind of looking smooth. So in the next 6 minutes, we should enter another position or not. Just depends on what this candlestick reaction be. Now, what if the candlestick turn out to be a massive engulfing candle closing below here? Like closing below here. Then two things are involved. Your stop loss is going to be bigger. Because if you try to enter from here, you have to set a stop loss at least above here. I don't recommend setting stop loss above here because obviously you're going to get stopped out. If the market tries to grab some liquidity, you're going to be the first it grabs. You understand? So just try as much as possible to fight the market. Now, if your stop loss is looking bigger than your usual, then reduce your lot size. I usually entertain 30 pips stop loss, 40 pips stop loss, as long as there is a good risk to reward backing that up. I'm good to go. As long as there's a good risk to reward backing that up, I'm good to go. And like I said, just that you might not be in the same position as I am in this trade. So for me, if I'm to enter a new position, then I like to have one position down because of anything. But I'll still enter another position here because I need to enter due to what my system has stated. Euro NZD, we're waiting for the next 5 minutes. Now, Euro AUD, what is Euro AUD doing? Now, if you look closely at Euro AUD, it is synonymous to Euro NZD. Let us go to the 4-hour time frame to see it clear. Now look at Euro AUD. That was what I entered yesterday to drop down, and then the market is right here. Created a 4-hour tweezer top, which there's a huge chance it's going to sell. As long as this tweezer top is here, there's a huge chance it is going to sell. Now, if the tweezer top is there, then it's just a matter of time because it wants to still go and create its own movement, just like what I spoke about on Euro NZD. And as you can see, the market, this selling opportunity is too massive. A push up here, which is a break, a retest, and then a 4-hour candlestick, which we can call this a tweezer top, closing below all odds. Now let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Let's see how we can possibly have another entry here. Now the first entry has been gone, which is this one right here. If you had entered, which is this one right here, set a stop loss above there, and then we should be targeting the next support region, which is below. But yes, you missed out on the trade, no problem. Now here is the next target, which is 122 pips. Now, if you're trying to enter this market, look what is happening. Our next zone is here. The market has done the break, and now we're getting a retest in the level of a head and shoulder. Now look at this. We align this one here because we need to ask ourselves questions. Why is the market reacting in this region? Which you can see the first candle, tap here, came down, tap here, came down. Now this one is trying to form the go ahead candlestick pattern. It is forming the go ahead candlestick pattern. Now on Euro AUD, there's a chance that it's going to sell just like Euro NZD. So if we can get this engulfing to close like this, then there's a chance. Set your stop loss above here, about 36 pips. You take profit. If it is up to 1 to 2, you're good to go. We have a 1 to 2.8, which is closely 1 to 3 risk to reward. If this candle can close like this, we have a chance to enter in on this one, Euro AUD, targeting this low, which it started buying from. If the market wanted to buy, obviously it knows how to break and retest from here. But then it is not doing that. We've gotten a break and retest underneath the support, which is now in resistance. We are also getting a 4-hour candlestick pattern. Trust me, guys, there's a chance. Let me see some fire on the chat box if you understand it perfectly. And also, if you're ready to go in, let me know. Let me know. Drop some fire on the chat. Let me set this guy. You're ready to go in the next few minutes, drop that fire on the chat box. Now it's all about patience. 19 people. It's all about patience, guys. Like they usually say, the patient dog eats the what? The biggest of bones. But I will rephrase that. The patient kings makes the most money. Simple as that. Where's this mic? So, in the search of my mic, let me know. Drop your question in the comment section. We're rounding off. Drop a question in the comment section. I'm looking for my mic, but it's obvious I can't see. Okay, I've seen it. Drop a question. Let's run it through ASAP. Oh my God. Now I can't find the code. Nevertheless, no problem. It's just a matter of time. This guy is already forming up. Just a matter of time. Let me see. Let me look at the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, now the 15 minutes time frame candle has closed. But now look at what happened It closed as still a bullish candle, but it is still weak. The candle is still weak, which is it is still reacting here. The candle is still reacting there. Even if you go on the 5 minutes time frame, you can still see it's still reacting here. So it is a weak time. Don't go in yet. Just stay patient. At least a good candlestick to the downside can show us that there is another entry waiting for us there. Don't go in yet for a sell because we've not gotten what we needed just yet. No sign of bearish for now. It's just be patient about this one. USD card. USD card has not started showing sign of selling yet. So we just have to put our finger crossed on this one and allow our alert tell us when to go in. Now I'm going to entertain question for the next 5 minutes. Let us go. Shoot in the question. Drop in the question. Once you send your question, I'll put it there on the screen, and yeah, we flow. Someone say, how about your favorite pair, GBP USD? Now, there's a problem with GBP USD. Why I'm not even looking at GBP USD right now is because of this. Let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD sold drastically, and the fact that it sold drastically, I was expecting the market to actually do this break and retest. Yes, so I missed out on this trend, to be frank, because the market I was expecting it to do the break and retest. By the time I saw the break and retest, it was not even close to the zone yet. So I forgot to set an alert. If not, I would have gotten in on the trade as well, because it is still the same thing. Just like I explained on USD card, it broke the zone and then it came back down, retest again. So I think when I saw it, it was around this region, around here. So I could have set an alert here, and then I'll be fortunate enough to be in this trade as well, because everything aligned just well. Ah, then you can see how massive the trade went, 70, 80 pips. But then it's all good. All we just know is the market followed the system and it is perfect. So with this happening here, I don't know if USD card is going to pull back. I don't know if USD card is going to pull back if this one is happening like this. But then let us see if there's, sorry, let me check Euro USD. USD card and Euro USD are good to go. All of them are looking good. GBP USD is good. Euro USD is good. Just if you are on the trade, be patient enough to wait for your what move, because the market has a huge chance of paying you today. Has a huge chance of paying you today. So, like I said, Euro NZD, the market is pulling back into the zone. We need to look for good candlestick patterns that will close below. Like I said, these are signs of weakness, but then we need to see candlestick patterns. That's why I don't like the idea of entering pending orders, because you might have entered on the pending order around here and then you'll be in profit 15 pips, only for these subsequent candles to come and stop you out. Enter, wait for the candlestick pattern and go in like a man, not just going in on any small move. You're trying to get the sniper entry. Doesn't make sense for me. So just be patient. We are currently underneath the resistance, so anything goes right here. As long as we're still under the resistance, there's a huge chance that we're still going to sell downwards. Like I said, 350 pips to the downside for Euro NZD is just a matter of time. And then USD card, Euro AED as well is the same thing. USD card, if only we can pull back down into the zone, we will buy. Now, any more question? What's the best time frame for Euro? Now, there's no best time frame. There's no best time frame. Nothing like best time frame. The thing is, what is your own time frame saying? What's your own system? There's no best time frame. Do you understand? Now, there's time frame for analysis, there's time frame for structure, there's time frame for entry, and there's time frame for sniper entry. It's just left for you. What is your system saying? For me, if I want to do some like this analysis I did here, it's the 4 hour time frame, because this is like general understanding of the market, because the price action shows up more clearly in the 4 hour time frame. If I want to enter market, it's lower time frames that go in 1 hour, 30 minutes, even sometimes the 15 minutes chart, and we're good to go. All right, so there's basically nothing like best time frame. Your best time frame can be someone else's worst time frame. So stay woke, guys. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? We're going to round up right now. And yeah, the session is looking good. I appreciate every single person that came here to get some knowledge. And yeah, we're going to make good money. How can I manage my trade? I will win more, yet I'm still stuck in losses. The truth here is, correct me if I'm wrong, you win more, but you make blues. Like you make blues, you don't make risk to reward. You make blues, but you don't make risk to reward. What do I mean? You can see a trade that has a chance of going from 100, let's say from 10 pips all the way to like 40 pips. And then you are seeing at that 10 pips, probably your account is $15, $20. The moment you see that $15, $20, what happened? You're going to see joy in your heart. You close out. Yes, you made profit, but then when it is time for the loss, you will allow the loss to hit your stop loss. And that way, the whole money you intended to lose, probably like $30, you're going to lose it out. You understand? You're going to lose all of them. That's why I said you make blues, but you don't make risk to reward. So if you make risk to reward, it's going to make more sense because you see this trade now I'm calling 350 pips in profit. This 350 pips in profit, obviously, if I allow the trade rule, I can make up to 1 to 6, 1 to 7. And then on my next trade, I might lose. But did you see now that if I reach $100 on that 1 to 7, I'm making $700. But now let's say the next trade, I now risk 1 to 3 or 1 to 10, save, but then I lose. Even if I lose and I reach the same $100, intending to make 1,000, I lose $100. Remember, I made $700 yesterday. So now if I made $700 yesterday and today I'm losing $100, I'm still up $600. That is you making profitable risk to reward than making blues. If you're making blues, when you hit loss, it's going to backfire big time. And yeah, you can concur to that. So try as much as possible to discipline yourself to hold more trades in profit than to hold more losses on your trade. If you have any question, let me know. We're going to be rounding up in the next 5 minutes. Someone say you stopped the 50K challenge. Yes, I had to stop the 50K challenge because of one particular reason, which I'm going to be explaining that reason in August. All right. Though I explained it a lot like on my Instagram story and on my Instagram reels, but if you're not following up, no problem. I'm going to do a which one is better? Let me know in the comment section. If you can see you, let me know in the comment section. Is it should we do it live, Instagram live, or YouTube? I think I'm just going to post it there as YouTube, so it can last in case anybody want to ask questions. But yes, is that the end of the challenge? Definitely not. Now, to just refresh your brain, we had some series of losses, and then one trade boomed everything up. We made the money back. We had some loss about close to $2,000, and then we made $3,000 back. And then we had one loss before I before we entered into July. And then July activities came about, and then I had to stop the challenge because the challenge might construct with what I have going on. So that's why I just be like, we have to think this thing through, and then one has to go, and it was a challenge. But for sure, we're coming back. Challenge got nothing on us because that's what we do for a living. Let's get it. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Seems like we're going to be calling it a day. I really appreciate everybody that's come up here. All you need to do is be patient. At the end of the day, you're going to make good money if you know what you're doing in the market. And even if you lose, just take it as a what? A point of lesson. Learn from it, utilize that information, and yeah, you can make good money very, very soon. One thing you should understand is I highly recommend do not, I'm going to say it again, do not take trading as your major source of income for now because you've not started making money. If you take it as a major source of income right now, like you must make money from this thing to eat, trust me, you're going to lose. you're going to lose because you're going to be aggravated by hunger, by pain, by greed, by what your friends are doing. Let's say your friends buy something that you don't have. You say, I must make it from the market, but you know you're not solid yet in the market. You're going to lose even the one you have. So try to have a skill that gives you money. I posted something the other day on my story yesterday, my setup, and I told you guys this can make you a millionaire, and I'm not lying. So I think let me know how many of you guys will want some. I'm really experienced when it comes to making money, not in trading, not in trading, but in other places. Yeah, I can share some nuggets. So if you would like that, let me know in the comment section how you can make money aside trading. We're not going to even talk about charts and all those stuff. Like you need to understand that you'll be making money before this chart exists. Like before you knew about this chart, you'll be making money. True or false? So, but the moment the chart came about, you forgot other means of making money, and then you pour all your attention on the chart. And guess what? You're losing, 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 losing. And then the place where the money usually comes from before, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing anything. But then that is what you were doing before. That's what you were doing before. Like I always say, I was a graphic designer before I found out trading. I'm not just a graphic designer, that one you used to think as a flyer designer. No. Bro, I used to charge more than $50, $100, $150 for one design. One design. Like for me to sit down and craft is $150,000, not naira. So you have to think. You have to open your brain and ask yourself. Trust me, if you want to make good money in this market, you need to have where it's pumping you money. You understand? It's not everything chat, chat, chat. Until you are. Let me just leave you guys with this secret. It's a secret the profitable ones won't tell you. I need to write that. I need to do a YouTube video about that. Let me write that straight up. Let me write that straight up. Expect a YouTube video from that straight up. Let me write that. Uh, Let me write that like right now. I don't want this title to leave my head because if you understand it, trust me, you'll make a lot of money. You'll make a lot of money because chat is just there to take your money as a beginner. Expect this video by Saturday night or Friday night. You guys will go and enjoy yourself in the Friday night. That's just the problem I have. But then I'll still drop it Friday night. Anybody that's interested can go for it. Look at the name. The secret the profitable ones won't tell you. And I will tell you because I know how this thing goes. I'm entering 3 years into this game, but I've made more money than I don't know what to say. But then one thing is sure. There are lots of you guys that have been trading for like 3 years, even 4 years, 5 years more than me, but you're still not finding the profitability. You understand? I'll explain some stuff you need to open your eyes to, which you knew before, but you threw away because of the chart, which is not bad. But then, what were you doing before the chart existed in your mind? So, like I said, I was a graphic designer. I wouldn't call it graphics because I'll call it I'm a cover artist. You know these songs, all these design, all these songs that like album covers. You know these album covers, whereby if somebody wants to drop, a musician wants to drop a song, you will have a cover for it. Let me know. Drop some W on the chat if you can relate. You know those album covers. If they want to drop a song, they will have to put their picture or something like that there. We used to design those covers. Just have to sit down on your chair. All you need is have a system, like just have a system and have a software and have the brain. Sit down and craft. Those guys, they pay a lot of money, a lot of money. But it's not church flyer, it's not this thing. It's not, no, you need to have brain. Now, nowadays, the best one is, I'm turning this session into another type of session. Let me somebody just commented on my YouTube page right now. Somebody just commented on my YouTube page right now, and I like that comment. Let me see if I can share it. I'm going to end that with you guys. I just want to say something on there. Let me go back straight up to that place. Now, I don't know. Can you guys see this stuff? This 12 minutes of talking. The sweet part about this is I can even speak for more than 12 minutes. And the truth, I don't use a script. I don't use a script. Content creation, I like to go raw. I don't use a script. And I hardly edit my videos. If you can look at that video, you're going to see that the cut is not into speeches. Well, all of this I'm trying to make you understand is nowadays you can make more money in videos than in graphics. But if you understand the graphics, it's going to be a subsidiary as well with your videos. So, but then, like you guys said, you're interested in that. So, it's something I'm going to do outside forex. Outside forex. Outside forex. So, I have to do like probably an Instagram page, all those kind of stuff for it, because I want to show what it actually means to be a human being aside this forex trading. Because once you come into this forex market, you'll be restricted a lot of things. You will not like to show that you're suffering. You will not like to show that you don't have money. You will not like to show that you are doing any other thing aside trading. You will not like to show why. That's the mentality you come up with. And guess what? It will restrict you to a lot of things and to a lot of opportunities. Let me just make you understand this thing. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. If you understand this principle really well, you will know that most of the decisions are facilitated by what that guy is going to think. Do you understand? That is why you cannot post on your page. Imagine you guys, I'm seeing a lot of people pages. It is either it's private or nothing is on the page. Why? Just tell me why. Just tell me why. Like why? Why don't you have something there? The truth inside your heart is, do you want to? The truth is, do you actually want to be private, or it is the lack of having those things you want people to see that is making you private? Tell me, if you buy a car today, wouldn't you post it? In fact, you're going to flood your DMs. You're going to post it in your page back to back, but you don't have a car, your page is empty. If you buy something crazy, wouldn't you post it? Now, my question to you is, why are you not posting now? You've not bought it. So it can be a sort of motivation to somebody who is going to watch it when you buy it. I'm the kind of person that I will not and I will never delete any single post on my Instagram page. If you like, let it be up to 2,000, 10,000 posts. I don't care. because that is a trademark to let you know that I've been real from day one. I will just tell you, go and scroll through my Instagram, you will see the generations, which is one thing I would appreciate. A lot of people who have been following me for a long time. Ibukun is number one. 2 years ago, that's how the journey started. But this live breakdown has turned to something else. Well, it is good. Like I said, I see that you guys are really interested in that. I'm going to show you the live outside trading so you understand that this is how it goes. There's going to be a YouTube channel for that. There's going to be a new Instagram account for that. So you can understand how human beings live, since you don't want to look like a human being because of the mentality of forex. Forex, you're supposed to make money, you're supposed to have money in it. If you don't have money, you are not profitable. There's nothing like profitable here. You guys don't know what the thing going on, but I'll create a new YouTube channel, an Instagram page, and then I'll post out life, what life looks like as a human being outside trading, and most especially how you can make a lot of money as a human being outside trading, ways that I've done and I'm doing, and how you too can do the same thing. But you must. I also create a Telegram channel for that, or a Discord, anyone. It's totally free. You join there and I'll guide you through on how you can make some money on the side. Bro, I'm not talking about 1,000, 2,000 naira. I'm talking about real money, like 100K, 150, 200K. But you have to be willing to work. That's just it. You have to be willing to work. Sit down in your room and grind. Like, you know that word is called locking. You lock in. Thanks, got you guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Drop some W's on the chat. Drop some W's on the chat. Nanji, I see that you're interested in that. Your FX, I see you're interested in that. Phantom design. Yes, your question is making sense. The answer to your question is the 4-hour time frame, depending on your style of trading. Drop some W on the chat if you enjoyed today's session. And yeah, stay tuned because I'm going to be giving you guys more updates on this Instagram page, on YouTube, and of course, the Telegram community, which is going to be free. Remember, it is not forex attached. It is what you can use to make good money as a human being while you are trading forex. So the first video you're going to see on my Instagram page or my YouTube page is life outside forex. And like I said, another video you're going to see, this one is forex trading video, is the secrets the profitable ones won't tell you. Somebody said I talk for 12 minutes. This one, I might talk like 50 minutes straight, no script. But then, let's get you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Much love in it. Take cheese. Peace. Say cheese. Take a picture. Take a picture.